Alright, y'all, we back, man, and today we got botches that made a WWE match better. It's something I'm thinking about doing. I might start switching to wrestling content more on this channel. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. Because, they're moving to Netflix next year. I just feel like next year is going to be probably one of the best years wrestling's had in a long time. I mean, they've been killing it since, like, 2021, I'd say. Yeah, since like 2021, when the pandemic was over, they got out the what was that thing called? The Superdome? Not the Superdome. I'm not gonna think of it, bro. When they had all the fan faces, it was a virtual seating thing. Thunderdome, I think it was called. I don't remember. But yeah, I feel like next year's going to be a really good year for wrestling. So I'm thinking about switching to wrestling content. Honestly, not full time, but I might make a whole nother channel for it. I don't know yet. Like, I might start doing Monday Night Raw reactions, SmackDown, every PLE, of course. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all be interested in that. But anyway, I already said it. All right, man, let's get right into it. And this first one, I can see is John Cena and Batista. I think 2005 Rumble. We all know what happens here. The exact same time is crazy.
Botches that made a WWE match better. Number 1, the glass won't break. Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle, King of the Ring. Now say what you want about the disappointing WCW ECW invasion angle, but that story did provide us with several gems. If you've never even seen...
Oh, I remember this one too. I was like, what's he talking about? Yeah, he had I think he was belly to belly suplexing Shane. Yeah. And the glass wouldn't break twice. And the third time it broke.
Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon, you've seen plenty of video packages of Kurt suplexing Shane through the glass. This was a botch as the glass didn't break on the first try, so Kurt Angle continued to use the suplex until it did. What the botch did was elevate Shane McMahon's character. We knew that he wasn't in the former WWE Champions League, but Kurt doing the belly-to-belly spot over and over again made him come across as a scrappy, never-say-die wrestler, which is a great component to have in these types of matches. Suddenly, it didn't seem like Kurt had the match easily won because of the toughness of Shane McMahon, and they had fans on the edge of their feet throughout the remainder of it. Unpredictability is wrestling's biggest component, and while it's harder to be unpredictable in today's landscape, having this shroud of mystery creates intrigue and interest among the fans. Though Shane lost, he earned some newfound respect by taking so much legitimate punishment. Number 2,
I don't care what nobody say. Wrestling is you gotta respect it, bro. You just have to respect it. I could not do that. I feel like maybe at some point your body becomes immune to it, but it still hurts. You know what I mean?
Today's landscape, having this shroud of mystery creates intrigue and interest among the fans. Though Shane lost, he earned some newfound respect by taking so much legitimate punishment. Number 2, RVD crushes Triple H's throat, the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship Survivor Series 2002. Now, the first ever Elimination Chamber match remains the best even 20 plus years later. What made this match work so well was that each man had a history with Triple H, which made every wrestler feel like a credible threat because everyone was on the level of Triple H. More importantly, these guys had excellent chemistry with one another. Of course, the Elimination Chamber match was far from perfect. Hell, it wouldn't even be on this list if it was. That brings us to the infamous 5-star frog splash that RVD hit, crushing Triple H's throat. Triple H was already a bloody mess, but the Elimination Chamber was billed as a violent and dangerous match, and that unexpected injury upped the ante of that element. A danger and violence is a sly storytelling element that keeps the audience invested in matches.
Bro, ain't no way.
It was already a bloody mess, but the Elimination Chamber was billed as a violent and dangerous match, and that unexpected injury upped the ante of that element. A danger and violence is a sly storytelling element that keeps the audience invested in matches like these. If the fans didn't believe in the action, then they wouldn't invest in the story or gimmick. Wrestling is like a fantasy where we need to connect with everything that's going on between those ropes. While I'm sure Triple H would have preferred not to have his throat crushed, that one moment helped propel that great match into something incredible. Number 3, Brock Lesnar botching the shooting star press at WrestleMania 19. Now you've seen this botch time and time again, yet Lesnar vs Angle is still listed listed as one of the best WrestleMania events in the 21st century. There's no doubt that it was cool to see such a behemoth pull off one of the best high-flying moves in pro wrestling.
Okay, first of all, look at Brock's build back in the day.
Lesnar vs. Angle is still listed as one of the best WrestleMania
You see, look at his traps.
events in the 21st century. There's no doubt that it was cool to see such a behemoth pull off one of the best high-flying moves in pro wrestling, but what this botch did was add drama to a match that somewhat needed it. And we all know that Brock Lesnar was winning here. This is Kurt frickin' Angle, so he was already a certified main event star. But this was a passing of the torch moment for Lesnar's babyface run. It was clear that something went wrong given how much of a sell job Lesnar was doing. This was a genuine moment where it seemed that Kurt Angle could actually win. Sure, the illusion was crushed 10 seconds later when Brock Lesnar hit his third F5 and pinned Kurt, but that botch gave Lesnar a vulnerability that was missing throughout the match. Without that botch, it still would have been a great match, but it elevated into something far more memorable because it added drama and characterization to a story that felt extremely predictable. Number 4, Vicky.
Crazy thing is, I don't think I was born yet when that match was happening. I was born in '99. Oh wait, it said the date in the beginning of it, didn't it? I think, what was that? WrestleMania 19, I think it said. What year is that? I think it said it was 2002. Okay, so yeah, I was born. And I forgot what I was going to say.
Guerrero forgets a cue to stop Eddie, SummerSlam 2005. The Eddie Guerrero-Rey Mysterio feud in 2005 was the very definition of sports entertainment at its finest. For sure, it was ridiculous, but there was a ladder match for the custody of Dominic. All the pieces.
And now look at Dominic, bro. Time ain't playing, bro. Time is not playing with nobody.
Of the puzzle fit into this melodrama. The ladder match wasn't about spots, it was about storytelling, which is why Vicky missing a cue to stop Eddie only helped the match further. And when Eddie was struggling to get the briefcase off, Mysterio and Eddie masterfully improvised a spot, and Eddie's reaction once he hit the mat was great. Him getting frustrated and legitimately upset fit his character to a T, as the whole reason this feud started was because Eddie couldn't beat Ray. However, if you heard the close-up of Eddie shouting about Vicky missing a cue, then it would break kayfabe for the most. But WWE was clever enough not to get too close to Eddie's angry rant, and it made his actions seem in line with the overall story. An incredible and emotional ladder match that managed to overcome the silliness of its soap opera angle. Number 5, Sim Snuka fails to catch The Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. Now, The Undertaker vs. Shawn Michaels is a flawless match. Granted,
Flawless is an understatement.
Sim Snuka may not feel that way because it was a match that got him fired, but the botched dive from Taker onto the cameraman helped heighten the drama between the two veterans. Now, for those who don't know, Sim Snuka played the cameraman and he was supposed to catch The Undertaker. He didn't, and it took some time for the WWE Hall of Famer to recover. But what this one botch did was allow fans to soak in the story of this amazing match and buy into Shawn Michaels beating The Undertaker, consequently breaking the streak. Now, that long countout was a nail-biting moment because of how real that incident felt. We as fans didn't know that it was a botch, but the sell was so brilliant that it was easy to buy into the notion that Taker had nothing else to give. Every fall after that botch had fans on the edge of their seats until Taker finally got the 3 count. The right botch can elevate any good match, especially when you have strong in-ring technicians like Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Number 6, Cesaro breaks his...
You had one job, bro. Catch The Undertaker. I know he heavy, but you had one job.
front tooth, No Mercy 2017.
Oh, I remember this.
2017. But whether it's Tyson Kidd or Sheamus, it seems like you can't do any wrong putting Cesaro in the tag team division. WWE's makeshift tag teams rarely work, but the Bar had excellent chemistry with one another, and most importantly, they could go between the ropes. Of course, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are no slouches either, and these two had a banger at SummerSlam. And even though it was clear that Ambrose and Rollins were going to retain in their No Mercy rematch, the tag match got better once Cesaro accidentally damaged his front teeth after he sent flying into the ring post. It added some grittiness and spark to the match, and there was a moment where it felt like the Bar would actually regain these belts. But this injury helped put over Cesaro's character and made him look like a total badass fighting through the pain to win back belts WWE have told us were worthless for years. When you have moments of men or women fighting through tremendous pain in a title match, it puts over the value of those belts tremendously. It also gives a character some dimension that every story demands. This is one of the best tag team title matches in modern era of wrestling. Number 7, the 2024 Women...
Hey, I got a random question for y'all. What is the worst year in WWE from the 2016 draft to now. Yeah, what's the worst year? Like for Raw, SmackDown, the pay-per-views, what is the worst year? I feel like y'all are gonna say 2018. I don't know, but I feel like y'all gonna say 2018. I honestly don't have a year. I probably would say, I guess I'll go with 2017. I don't really remember nothing memorable of 2017, but y'all let me know.
Money in the Bank ladder match. The 2024 Women's Money in the Bank ladder match is a continuous car crash you can't turn your eyes away from. It's fast and filled with botches, but for some odd reason, these botches actually worked in favor of the match. Ladder matches are no stranger to botches, especially when it's multiple men or women in a match. Those botches tend to come from overly complicated spots and dealing with multiple people in a chaotic situation. The 2024 Women's Money in the Bank ladder match works so well because nothing feels contrived and fake. The botches bring out the realism in wrestling, and there's never a point where any of it ruins the flow of the match. And that said, it doesn't mean the entire match is filled with botches, as there are a couple of memorable sequences, including the excellent ending of Chelsea Green being pushed off the ladder by Tiffany Stratton. Is it the best ladder match you'll ever see? Well, not even close. But it's a great example of a chaotic match that works well in its own way. And number 8, Drew McIntyre is accidentally busted open Hell in a Cell 2024. Now this is the match that made Hell in a Cell cool again. Now don't get us wrong, we've had several gems like Triple H and Taker and Edge and Taker, but the concept itself has been destroyed by the stupid gimmick pay-per-views that weaken Hell in a Cell's reputation. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk are in the...
That looked like '09 Orton. And if it is, that explains so much.
running for the best feud of the year. The promos and storytelling were top-notch, and their final match ended on a superb note. However, the botch comes from McIntyre being busted open by a toolbox. Now, according to rumors, Punk was the only one who was supposed to bleed, but McIntyre's bleeding further cemented just how personal this feud was, and it backed up Punk's mental state leading into the match. More importantly, it brought back the danger and violent element of the Hell in a Cell that's been missing for quite some time. Blood can be a powerful storytelling tool when it's used correctly. Since it's rare to see color in the WWE these days, it makes a match or segment stand out when it actually happens. But there you have it, folks. 8 botches that make...
Yeah. That was Bad Blood? Yeah, back in October. That match was so good. I think, did that match kick off the show? I don't quite remember, but that match was so good. CM Punk and McIntyre. Kind of sad that the feud's over now. I don't know if it's 100% over now. I feel like they should have had 5 matches. Not a trilogy, give us 5, bro. That 5th match should be the last one. I would say the craziest one, but you can't get... I don't know how you're going to top that Bad Blood match. But yeah, I love WrestleMania. Let me know if y'all want more of him. Alright, y'all do. Alright, y'all do for this wrestling reaction. Yeah, that's all I got to say. WrestleMania always making bangers. So yeah, y'all subscribe to the food channel, the gaming channel. And let me know if you want to see me do wrestling content. I'm really thinking about doing it. Like, something like Santi's at. You know what I mean? Kind of something like that. Where I watch Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and the PLEs. And next year's John Cena's last year. So yeah, I got to, man. But yeah, subscribe to the food channel, game channel. See you on my next video. I'm out.